everybody, Darren Naftal here. Time to talk about a new project, which is of course on a difficult block. When my client approached me with their site, which was small and narrow, I thought it would be tough to fit a house on it. But when they asked for 2 townhouses, I thought this is a challenge I could not say no to. Added to that, there are issues with access to sunlight. So let's take a look at how I've overcome all these difficulties. Here we have the site plan. I'll begin by explaining where the extent of the property boundaries are. Here is the outline of the site. It's 12.3 metres wide and almost 41 metres long. Now a standard house size block in Melbourne is 15.5 metres wide by around 45 metres. So we're at 12.3 here by almost 41. So you can see it's smaller. Down to the south here of the site we have labelled right of way, which is council speak for a lane, so that's council property, and for this project I'm using that lane as basically a free driveway. It's an opportunity for me to get vehicle access into the site rather than wasting space within this narrow site dedicated to a driveway. I've got this freebie here from the council. I'd now like to talk you through how I begin a project, and that starts with a site analysis or assessment of the issues that I need to work around, and that informs how the design begins. First of all, and always most important question to start off with is, where is north? North is the only side that gets sunlight all day, which is where we want to position our living areas. In this project, north is straight up the page. One of the major difficulties of this project is that much of the all valuable northern sunlight is blocked by this house on the adjoining property. It's an old house, and as is common with older houses, they're often built right along the boundary. So we can see here, there's this wall that extends right along our boundary. It's 4.2 metres in height, blocking our all-important access to northern sunlight. I'll quickly point out how the 2 townhouses are positioned. We have Townhouse 1 here at the front, and here at the back is Townhouse 2. Here we have a computer rendered view of the front of the townhouse development. Now we're looking at the actual computer model, and I'd like to go back to the issue I raised before with the house on the adjoining property, this one here, blocking our northern sunlight and casting a large shadow onto our site. The way I've worked around this is to basically elevate the living areas onto the top floor, which allows me to clear the shadows and raise up above the roof of the house next door here and gain access to that northern sunlight. We can see in through these windows here, that's all the living spaces. In the front here, have the meals area, behind it the kitchen, and here the living room. Now directly off the living room and access via this large sliding door is a deck here that is filled with sunlight, also because it's raised above the height of this roof. The front of the garage here, this wall here called a parapet wall, which is a wall that extends above a roof line, forms the balustrade. And at the back you can just make out here there's a frameless glass balustrade to the rear there. I'd now like to talk you through the difference between the northern sun in summer and in winter. The sun is high in the sky in summer, and so with the use of an eaves overhang, which is this here, the roof line that extends and projects past the window, you can see that there's actually no direct sunlight into this space in summer. This is in the middle of January we're looking at here. Without any direct sunlight entering in summer, we drastically reduce the amount of heat gained. Therefore, our reliance on air conditioning is far reduced, and with that, our energy bills are also greatly reduced. Here we are again, but now in the middle of winter. The magic of computers. Is there anything they can't do? Now we can see a drastic difference here. We have the sunlight penetrating deep into the space, all the way back to here. How is that? That's because in winter, the sun is positioned far lower in the sky, and it can now pass underneath the eave overhang I showed you up before here, and well into the space, providing us with free natural heating in the middle of winter. And that concludes part 1 of this video tour. Stay tuned next week for part 2. Bye for now, folks.